Quickly run through our headlines. MP Pm-Istv vows to continue working for welfare of IDPs, states during his tenure. Manipur ISBT and city bus service to resume services within 10 days, says Additional Chief Secretary Anurag Bajpai. And Whitehall Water Supply Scheme resumes service to consumers after mob storms office. Hello and very good afternoon. This is Istv English News and I'm Darung Shankaling. Now the news in detail. Lok Sabha Member of Parliament from Inner Manipur, Dr. Angomcha Bimol has pledged that he would continue to work tirelessly for the welfare of internally displaced persons, IDPs, and the state, stating that he still has 3.5 years remaining in his tenure as an MP. He made a remark while addressing his reception ceremony held at Kekman Zilla Kaithel, Thawal. Speaking further, MP Bimol raised deep concern over thousands of people being rendered to homeless and forced to take shelter at relief camps, despite the deployment of around 30,000 personnel of Indian Army's Division 2, several companies of the Border Security Force, and nearly 40,000 state security personnel in Manipur. MP Dr. Bimol Okoizam also described the present situation in Manipur as extremely critical, comparing to it as a shattered glass fixed within a frame. Considering the seriousness of the situation, he called upon the people to remain cautious and work harder during this critical time. He asked whether the actual core issues, including displacement due to the conflict, loss of lives, and the suffering of affected families, are being adequately highlighted and addressed by the authorities. Raising concern over the imposition of buffer zones in the state, Dr. Bimol questioned under which law or authority such zones were created. He informed that an RTI application has been filed on the matter and asserted that he would continue to pursue this issue legally by filing PIL once responses are received. He also informed that he has faced personal threats from certain cookie organizations for speaking out against the buffer zones.
Cookie kamu na chethoge. Hey Bimol MP nanai park na kilometer chatruk ke yankai bhatang leju da Indian jana gyan ta na sling da di leju. Thola kanu buffer zone se accept tau bai na chethole ba. Alai da mai tin sa kamu khon na matin pang tan na drama tau da na ngang na khot na thamba gi marui na moi gi kamu da yaw ba moi na thak pa kamu na ngang ni ko. Iram dam si da buffer zone na bam thamjale changam de so khang ni ne. Sidha ge ra thagat ke ra tau da bai thok di dum tau ne ba. Thawak tau da state level to sabana sana thugai ra bobi cultivation ho chikin nang inganu khombe kha changda da saitone ne chinga thabada Manipur police changba ya ga do ripra bo sing mate officer adu gi state ki legitimacy so hana recover tau da bi da kada da gi core issue immigration core issue in tau le se kari no ba amu so ren ingar da sitara ka ga as core issue chai ram ne na core issue chai bune te kana na tau do nang khang da bane.
Additional Chief Secretary Anurag Bajpai has announced resumption of Manipur ISBT and city bus service within 10 days. He made a statement during the media sensitization program under the theme Strengthening Media Partnership for Safer Roads, organized by Transport Department at the conference hall of DIPR. The program was conducted as part of the National Road Safety Month 2026. Additional Chief Secretary Textiles, Commerce and Industries and Transport, Government of Manipur, Anurag Bajpai, further stated that the service for Interstate Bus Terminus ISBT will be resumed within 10 days in order to revive the condition of state public transport. He assured that with the resumption of the city bus service, the issue of heavy traffic congestion occurring in Imphal city will address at some extent. On the other hand, Additional Chief Secretary Anurag Bajpai spoke about the importance of maintaining road safety. He also shared the objective behind the media sensitization program. He then pointed out that the rate of road accident being higher in Manipur as compared to national average. He said in the last 7 years, around 3,000 accidents took place in Manipur, and out of which about 830 fatalities from road accidents were reported. On this occasion of the National Road Safety Month, he urged the media to act as a resourceful partner in raising awareness and changing the minds of the citizens on road safety. Transport Director K.H. Diana, IPR Director Ngangom Uttam and Additional SP Traffic Control Police T. Biswajit were also present in the media sensitization program.
I appeal to all citizens of Manipur to follow traffic rules, wear helmets and seat belts, avoid speeding and drunk driving, respect pedestrians and fellow road users. I also call upon the parents through you all, teachers also, community leaders, and especially the all executives as well. I must say executives as well, to reinforce these messages consistently. Let us remember that the road safety is not about fines or enforcement alone. It is about saving lives. With collective effort, responsible media engagement, and public cooperation, we can make Manipur's roads safer for everyone.
Transport Director K.H. Jaina informed that the department is making efforts to offer incentives and subsidies for discarding old and high-emission vehicles in favor of new models.
Enforcement agencies are doing their part. It's very subjective because enforcement agency will always say that they are enforcing. Complaint maybe we can take up that action or against those agencies, but duty but statistics we are like it is indicating that lots of road user they are defying the rules. I would like to say that enforcement agencies are doing their part.
Whitehall Water Supply Scheme resumes service to its consumers from today after irate local residents stormed at the Water Supply Scheme office at Whitehall Part in Thoubal District. Meetay Community Joint Coordinating Committee, MCJCG Whitehall, Kiam Sipat Hauka and Thoubal Kunau, also known as 18 Club, throng at the office complex demanding to provide water to its consumers. A police team led by OC Thoubal Police Station controlled the mob to prevent any unwanted incident. Speaking to media, treasurer of the 18 Club, K.H. Inaucha, said the water supply scheme halted its service since December 24th of last year after a few residents of Whitehall locked the office in protest over limited coverage by the water supply, leaving out a few villages of Whitehall. He then lauded the officials for resuming service from today.
Akoigi hanagumna hanagi matogumna tangjingdagi pibiriba thangna ising water supply asi pibigadabani karigumba tang mapan phawbasi manungda ising chi pibidragadi mathangi numit haibadi ngasi mak January gi tang 10 dagi akoi akanba mass agitation ama akoi pangthokani haibadugi machuina mayam si ngasi si haungdaruba tawdana mayam haudana hoji leijari si waithogi akoi water supply scheme sigi akoi jaga sidani aduna hoji je akoina consumer mayam singna koi department da haijabadagi department su yabidana ngasidagi mayam da hanagumna singsi marang kaina piragani haiba department na takpire masigi namakta koi medagi thongda department su thagatsari aduga makhatana ay apan pibidana ising ase makhatana adumak pibina ba haidana 18 club ki maikai dagi medagi thongda ningsingjari.
National Consolidation Day commemorating the 7th year's devastation was observed by Manipuri Cultural and Sports Development Society Assam, Pakhangba Social Welfare Society Pub Nandapur and Manlik Manipur at Pakhangba Field Pub Nandapur Hojai. President of Manlik Manipur Soram Chauba, President of Manipur Cultural and Sports Development Society Assam Khoirol Nabadip, President of Pakhangba Social Welfare Association Pub Nandapur L. Suren, Vice Chairman of Manipuri Development Council KSH Jiten, President of Manipur Sahitya Pradishat Assam Hojai District Committee Densubam Manihar, Advisor of Manlik Manipur Oinam Pradip, President of Amik Khaidem Thoiba, Chairperson of Hojai Zilla Parishad, Junti Bora, and Member of Manipuri Development Council, Thangjam Irabut, Council Member Loitangjam Akham, Member Rajbari ZPC KHS Jibon, and Chairperson of Dolakri and Anchalik Panchayat, Laisan Ashok, graced the occasion as the main guest. The attendees paid floral tributes to the portrait of Iningthau Chinglin Nongdren Khomba Gambhir. President of Manlik Manipur Soyam Chauba delivered speech on the significance of the observance.
Of 2006 tagina
ngasi phawa leptana satharakaduna ngasi di sahi kun mapun phare lugo maitai sinji punsillaga akoi amato ina akoi maitai asi kanana su akoi da maiti ba piba ngamoi maitai khudimana khudimak mayok na ngamgani haibigi lingjen na do punsillaga amato ina sagatnabagi pandamadu thammaga loinana akoi leptana ngasi phawa sathaduna lagi matum tung koina so dum akoi sathaduna lakhigani adana maitai ase mangjin thabada maitai si kanana su maiti ba piba ngamaroi daba adugumba thona amaga punjallaga akoi amato ba lingjen do sagatminana bagi pandamga loinana ngasi landam sida akoi lagi.
Managing Director of Karkinos Hospital Janims Campus, Dr. G.S. Moirangtam flag off Cervical Cancer Awareness Walkathon 2026 from the Western Gate of Kangla. The awareness walkathon was conducted by Karnikos Northeast Private Limited Imphal. Doctors, nurses, staff and many others participated in the walkathon. Speaking on the occasion, Medical Superintendent Karnikos Northeast Private Limited Imphal, Professor Y. Indibor highlighted that the walkathon was organized with the objective of raising brief awareness on cervical cancer and breast cancer, which are common among women. He also spoke about HPV vaccination as a preventive measure, early detection and the importance of regular screenings.
Manipur khwaidagi naba cancer si breast ki cancer na number 1 oi aduga cervical cancer sina number 4 da oi adubu cervical cancer womb gi angang khong machin gi cancer sidi nganna khangagadi masi layang bangami nadriba mi dasu akoina hojikti tika thadok bangami mass vaccination program ama hauri masigi khudong sabasi hoi Karkinos amade Manipur gi India gi mafam mayam da laire masigi khudong sabasi lobi ho mi khudimak akoina mass vaccination HPV vaccination hobina ba yamna ngalingai sahi 3 vaccination se hogadabani khengragasu vaccination tawai adubu kanaba phangbadi khara wai maram asina masigi vaccination tawsi aduga early awareness tawsi aduga cancer si kibiganu tabu oina khanbiganu aduga hojiki matam chakholaba matam sidadi me khudima isa phana healthy women habadi society ki samaj ki leba ki country ki oina aphaba society aphaba leba akanba mo oigadoribani masigi demakta akhoina ngasigi walkathon kangla gate ki horaga Karkinos hospital hoba akhoi nahar volunteer singna nursing na akhoi doctor singna sinjaraga tawjabani.
MLA of Nambol Assembly Constituency T.H. Basant Kumar, along with officers and staff of the relevant department, inspected progress of the ongoing construction of Marakong Bridge on Padibi Road, the road stretch of Nambol Koripaba Chingmang to Hiangthang. It was reported that the bridge after completion will improve connectivity and ease commute of the people. Minority Students Association MSA celebrates its 10th Foundation Day at Gandhi Memorial Hall. Prize distribution for maths and science competitions was also held during the program. Senior Advocate Khaidem Mani, High Court Advocate Dr. Ravi Khan and President of Minority Students Association PH Ijus Ahmed too graced the occasion as the main guest. President of MSA Ijus Ahmed told media persons that rather than bringing a concrete solution to end the Manipur conflict, the centre has been taking political advantage and creating enmity among the people. He also questioned the centre's efforts in arranging resettlement for the IDPs. On the other hand, he assured that the Minority Students Association will continue to work for the welfare of the students hailing from minority sections.
Sahi ahum phazalaba si kari kamaina sari ke thai ge hebase mi amna ngasi phawda akhoi gi namai ma kai leijara ka mai mem nuai nuai leiriba mi sing nadi khangba ngamde moi gi awaba mi tana khangi haiba du da leire ta sengna IDP sing mai da hanjana nangai gi step athuba da lokhat piyo aduga sot tharak liba Manipur gi mahairoi sing maroina minorities students sing se magi phangkham thokpa right sing koi minority student association na aikoi tanduna sulai makha tan su tan ki gani aduga kana kumba aikoi gi asaw sang sing na haitare minorities ki oiba aikoi gi program hapada natna tama famda ato pada haitare minority haraga ato form de hek tham gi haitare so taraba community gi damakta thammi ba minorities ana leiri se minorities ki apun moina thammi poche sigi ona taina bada chali poche si tasina nungai jade masi da akoi haksanna aikoi midyang sangagani habase MSA gi site gi thamsagi.
In connection with the Congress nationwide MG-NRA-GA Bachao Sangram, which is set to begin from today, Imphal West 1 District Congress Committee convened a meeting at Konthaujam Assembly constituency and announced plans for the agitation. Speaking to media persons during a press briefing held at the office of Konthaujam Block Congress Committee at Awangjiri, AICC member and former MP Dr. Thokchom Mainya informed that since 2005, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Enrollment Guarantee Act MG-NRA has legally guaranteed 100 days of unskilled wage labor annually to rural Indian households, enhancing livelihood security. However, he alleged that the change in the names by the NDA government will adversely affect rural livelihoods and weaken decentralized governance. He also pointed the lapses in the new VBG Ramji. He added that considering the plight of the poor states and the citizens of India, Congress will launch the nationwide MG-NRA-GA Bachao Sangram, demanding for the withdrawal of the Vikshit Bharat Guarantee for Rojgar and Ajivika Mission AB VGB Ramji Act.
Union government is 100% wages Manraga state government of this 40% is a government to hire. 60% union government pin hire. Other state Sanka Pesa later state all Magadi. We have a period in Shell is a nipping on the Nina. How sure Pesa the other Nina go. When the Congress party na demand of the seat, have sooner have quick Pesa Pangui, have a school with Hawking share, must see a kind of palm target to Olivra. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act as a Kudakta Hanjalalu. Quickly Salvidana Piva, Hawksuri, Penose, Masi, Amohana, Raisi Hanjalalu. All in the minimum wage, Masi per hectare per data, the Pasami Hello have a machine.
Chairman MPCC Kisan Laishram Nando also spoke about how the BJP government is trying to exploit the daily wages from rural areas.
Afabadi amata tawdra phatabada sum tawro tawro lai rakpa se sahi yamjale aduna Manipur Prazar amadi mai magi kendra da laiba Prazar punamana gyan tabiraga aikhoina ngasi BJP da kariba MLA myu singa se matik chado mioi ngatani haina ai ngasi media gi thungna pin tawjari mamdi moina ngasi matik chaba afaba mi oraga Manipur Prazar bo khanbo oba taragadi ngasi Manipur Prazar no wariba Manipur Prazar ngasi kapiba asi kari gi kapam thoke akari gi khoi miyangi mil amani na sakhraga ngasi government semang amaktriba moibu amona thagalasu akata na mukalasu moina laibak sason pu da government semang ngamni habese ay thajade aduna Manipur Prazar punamak amadi mai magi kendra leiba Prazar punamak na haiba thagri miyoi sing se lakadru 2027 election di amona moibu thagat pirakanu makoibu amona miyang saba tawgani haina ko khomba lakpa matamda miyan makoi vote ko tobiu haina ai asi miragi thumba apin tawjari.
Also giving you some updates from Chandel district, Lambung Sinurol celebrates its third Teno Alum cultural renaissance at LP school ground. Incumbent executives of Lambung Sinurol, President LH Grace, Vice President L. Mhanaring, Secretary Aloni, Joint Secretary ST Lhendring, Treasurer KL Romish and SNG Kungring, Assistant Engineer KL Gracie Anal, Urban Development Department Kohima Nagaland, and Senior Accountant Hulang Waring, HD Ringwall, JNB Librarian, Yukrul Grace the occasion as the dignitaries. LH Grace delivered emotional short speech expressing her happiness over homecoming of Lambung women married outside the village and acknowledging significant presence of daughter-in-laws. They were presented with gifts comprising produce from village soil as a gesture of love and respect. Afternoon session featured folk songs, cultural dances and Jaka dance performed by women. Celebration concluded with flag de-hoisting ceremony by former president of LSR, ST Kungtha, followed by feast for the gathering. Let's look at some national and international updates now. The budget session of Parliament is set to commence from 28th of this month and will continue till 2nd of April. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju said the first phase of budget session will conclude on 13th of February. He said the Parliament will reassemble for the second phase on the 9th of March. Kiran Rijiju said that it is a vital step towards meaningful debate and people-centric governance. The minister informed that on the recommendation of the central government, President Drupadi Murmu has approved the summoning of both the Houses of Parliament for the budget session 2026. Senior Taliban member Mufti Nur Ahmad Nur has arrived in New Delhi to take over as Charge d'Affaires of Afghanistan Embassy. He also served as a Director General of the First Political Department of Afghanistan's Foreign Ministry and was part of Foreign Ministry Amir Khan Muttaqi's delegation during his visit to India in October last year. India and Afghanistan have seen a gradual improvement in bilateral engagement in recent months. India continues to provide humanitarian assistance, including medical aid, while Afghan consulates in Mumbai and Hyderabad are already being run by Taliban-appointed diplomats. Several high-level Afghan delegations had also visited India recently to boost cooperation in trade, energy and regional connectivity projects. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei accused protesters for acting on behalf of US President Donald Trump. He said the rioters are attacking public properties and their united Iranian people would defeat all enemies and urged US President to focus on problems of his own country. Raza Pahlavi, Iran's exiled crown prince, has become an increasingly visible opposition figure during the latest wave of nationwide protests, urging Iranians to continue demonstrating and calling on the armed forces to protect the public while positioning himself as a potential steward of the democratic transition. His recent statements emphasizes regime change, support for secular government and appeals for international backing, including calls for urgent US intervention as unrest intensifies across Iran. The demonstrations that began on 28 December have evolved from what authorities initially dismissed as isolated incidents into a sustained challenge to the clerical establishment, with protesters increasingly evoking calls for fundamental political change rather than limited reforms. Meanwhile, Tehran mayor said protesters had targeted economic and public infrastructure, including 26 banks, 2 hospitals and 25 mosques, and added that police facilities and 48 fire trucks were also attacked. Rights groups reported at least 45 protesters, including children, have been killed since unrest began on December 28, with more than 2,200 people arrested, 950 police officers and 60 members of the paramilitary Basjid force have been injured. Well, those are updates this afternoon. Before we wind up the news, the headlines once again. MP Angom Chabimolokoi vows to continue working for welfare of IDP states during his tenure. And Manipur ISBT and city bus service to resume services within 10 days, says Additional Chief Secretary Anurag Bajpai. And Whitehall Water Supply Scheme resumes service to consumers after mob storms the office. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned at 8 p.m. for additional updates. Goodbye for now.